things aren't as they were before. You best start bracing. Did you think you could keep us out? Shut the gates, forget us now. Tides are changing. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? Ground beneath your feet, with a whisper in the trees. Do you feel us watching? Hunger in our eyes, victories on our minds. It's our time to rise. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another AFR broadcast. Today, you are joining us for round 3 in the Tier 1 Championship here in the crown jewel of the Formula 1 calendar. That is Monte Carlo, or Monaco in Monte Carlo. That should be the... Monte, whatever. I've ruined it. It's all good. We'll move past it. Okay, so here we are. The circuit to Monaco, 3.37 kilometers, 19 turns, 33% of a safety car chance here in Tier 1 with a, I think it was 50% BSC chance. A very interesting circuit, one that seems to be hated by everyone in the Formula 1 game community, but nonetheless, here we go. So, one of the highlights here from Season 5, Mick Al Major playing Big Al and Shrimp through the first sector. Very close racing, but there we go. There you see, car cuts across and unfortunately ruined his race. Another one here through Casino, Season 6 between Trin and Stars as they go side by side. Up into the next sector. Unfortunately, clipping the front of that BWT, and he ended up hitting both, losing both end plates on those barriers. Mirabeau, Season 4, Pacey and Impulse. Hard braking, but he lost out, and the Alfa Romeo ends up punting the wall in hard fashion. And here we are in the Grand Hotel hairpin, the slowest corner in the F1 calendar, as Flyboy accidentally hits the wall, loses that traction, and ends up costing him his entire front wing. It's a rough one there for the Mercedes that day. Season 4 into the Novell chicane, Shrimp and Lotus, and Shrimp going hard on the brakes, ended up cutting Lotus's race, and they ended up blocking the entire track, forcing some drivers to take the long way around and possibly costing them a warning in the process. So not a good look, but that's why you have to be very, very careful when you late brake into the chicane. Here through Tarmac, not a place you usually see many overtakes, and that's why. End up getting clocked. Luckily, the ghosting kicked in, but could have caused a massive backup. And then Rascass Season 5. Here we have Silver following Shrimp. They're coming to Cascas. Try to go on the inside, but again, just ended up bumping him out. No damage, but managed to get the overtake done. Put him up into 5th position. Another one here in Season 5. Rascass again. Silver did the same thing to Geordie. But unfortunately, Geordie got hit a little harder that time. Ends up going into the wall, losing his end play and a bit of wing. So, an interesting one there at the end of that race. Alrighty then. So, as we wait for all the drivers to get themselves ready, we will go over some of the standings as well. I don't know if Gus will be joining me soon. I'm not sure if he's here at the moment. He is? Oh, there we go. Okay, so Gus, how are you?
Yeah, pretty knackered, to be honest. Only 45 minutes for an hour around Monaco is pretty draining. I had to have a change of shirt and some water next to me, but I'm all good to go for this next hour and a half of Tier 1 excitement, hopefully.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's while we wait for these guys to get ready, how about we go over the standings? We'll load up them. So this is, of course, as of round 2. So here we go. Potty with another win. Very interesting change of position very late in the race. Miko going a bit deep into that second last corner there at Spain and ended up losing the position. So Potty with 2 first-place finishes. He ends up on 50 points. Mikau with 36 points. Geordie in 3rd there with 19. FIBA with 19. Artanis, 18. Big Al, 99 with 18 as well. Trin for Red Bull with 12 points. Hero with 12 points. Pacey with 7. Bait on 6 points. Sim Dogger on 4. Combined YouTuber on 2. T-Mac on 2. And then the rest of the field yet to score a point. All right, so with that update, what is your thoughts for Tier 1 in this race? What's your obviously you've just come out of a race in Tier 3, but what are you expecting? Because there was quite a large expectation for the safety car, or even a virtual safety car for that matter, to come out at Monaco, and it didn't. And there was collisions. Like it wasn't like nobody had, nobody did anything to get damaged. There was in place that were lost and things like that. Even some bumps, but yeah, nothing serious and no safety car. So what do you think that's going to mean for Tier 1?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I have a feeling that there might have been some buggy stuff happening in that lobby because I was hosting and I was getting some yellow flags in parts of the track where there weren't any cars. So I suspect that's probably why we didn't see any safety cars that we have seen in previous races that, yeah, it doesn't take much to bring them out. So I suspect that was probably just a bit of a bug. Hopefully we'll see some more in Tier 1. That said, as we saw in the probability stats in the intro, safety cars are actually pretty rare in Tier 1 around Monaco. First 3 seasons we ran here, none at all. Had a couple since then on 2019 and 2020. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see one here, especially given how competitive this field is towards the latter stages of the races in particular. I reckon we might see a little bit of safety car madness with people trying to get a little bit of opportunism towards the end of the race with the field bunched up. But definitely, I think it's all going to be about qualifying. We're going to see some very quick times in Tier 1. I think down into the 107s would not be too much of an ask from some of the quicker guys. And I would not be surprised if, there's going to be some tiers as well with people impeding. I know that there was a little bit of that in Tier 3 during quali. Mm-hmm. So hopefully the guys will get themselves sorted for Tier 1.
No worries. Okay, well, it looks like we are ready to swap over. So, see if we can get that done for you guys. All right. Ali asked you for a pole position. Actually, if any of the mods are readily available, how about we do that? Can we start a poll for that? Sure, if we can do multiple entries in a... Man, I should really learn how Twitch works. You would think.
You'd think.
But that would mean you'd be wrong. All right, hopefully the sound is all good for everyone watching at home. I know I've had some issues with game sound previously because the game is just nothing but solid. As we load in here. Alrighty, so 18 minutes on the clock is it. Is it overcast? I'm
It
seeing
looks a
here.
little bit smoggy. Can't,
Okay.
no rain that I can see, but it definitely looks a little bit sketchy.
Alrighty, well, as we wait for our guys to get their setups ready and everything, of course, you've got Parc Ferme, so can't change majority of your setup once it is locked in for qualifying. Of course, you can do slight tweaks. For example, fuel and front wing. And there we go. We can see a couple of drivers making their way out now. It looks like one of the Red Bulls is the first to leave. I believe it might be. Nope. That means it would be Potty. Apparently not. Ah, it's Hero. The colors, they confuse me. The Williams, not a Red Bull. All right, there we go. So we see them slowly but surely make their way out onto the track. Now, Monaco, of course, is one of those very, very difficult tracks in terms of, well, not only qualifying, but racing as well. It's known as the world's longest procession because usually where you qualify is where you finish. Oh, that gearbox is broken. But yes, so we'll see if there's any development here through qualifying, as Hero will be the first one to set a flying lap. Hopefully, it doesn't get impeded too much. Most of the traffic's into the second sector now, so it should be okay. But Gus, what are you expecting from them today?
Quick times, very quick times. I think I reckon we're going to be looking out for potentially Geordie, Mikael, of course, Bieber, Potsy. I think quite a few of those guys have been doing a lot of practice, so I would not be surprised at all if we see some very, very close times right there at the top.
Well, Hero making his way through Sector 2 at the moment. Logging up there as he was coming into Mirabeau. Through the hotel hairpin. Up in a portier. Then the run down to the Nouvelle chicane through the tunnel. I noticed that some of our Tier 3 commentators having a little bit of difficulty remembering some of these corner names. So I'll do my best to not do that.
I'll try and chip in as well. I did a lot of study for it last season, so hopefully it's still in there somewhere.
There we go through the swimming pool.
I'm sure we'll have a version 2 France
Yep.
pronunciation correction video 100%. From Nut anyway during the week.
I'll fully expect Nut to correct me on my pronunciation.
Santi Devotti.
So there we go. Hero will set the first lap of the qualifying with a 107.983 from the Williams. As we see a bunch of other cars getting ready. So Mikael comes across with a 109.4. Looks like the other AlphaTauri will come across now. Panda with a 108.8 on the medium tyre. Pacey with a 108.8. Feber now setting the fastest lap with a 107.928. Bunch of other drivers should come across. I think the other Williams there with a 110.3. Pondon with a 110.1. Smitty with a 109.4. Big Artanis just slotted in there with a 108.7. Bossy with a 108.6. Okay, so as it stands, a 107.92 is the fastest lap on the board, and we can only expect them to get faster as the session progresses. Just waiting for T-Mac to come across the line. We'll watch him on board as he takes you through a lap. Oh, getting sideways there. Please do not. Let's not have a repeat of Charles Leclerc here, which is possibly one of the greatest tragedies of 2021.
Absolutely. He still hasn't finished a race at Monaco yet in F2 or F1,
no,
has he?
It's whack. It's really whack. Cursed is the word I'm looking at. So here we go. Up through Au Rivage into Massenet, Casino. Then downhill, avoiding the bump on the left into Mirabeau. Hard on the brakes as you turn in preparation for the hotel hairpin. As I said earlier, the slowest corner on the F1 calendar. We've got a Sector 2 yellow flag, but it's most likely just people getting out of the way. Then into Portier. Then down through the tunnel. One of many overtaking spots in preparation for the Nouvelle chicane. Late braking can get you a position here, but it can also spell disaster, as we saw in some of those highlights. Through the Novell chicane. Then up through the gears into Tabak. Usually not a places he overtakes, but in here anything's possible. We go through this quick sector into the swimming pool. Very easy to cut there. As you can see, T-Mac losing a bit of traction. Managed to catch the slide, though. Oh, turned in way too early there. That's going to cost him some time. And then through Raskas. And then the final corner, Anthony No, I think is how you pronounce that. Across the line with a 1:14.7, but it looks like it was invalidated. So he'll be going again. And as it stands here, 12 minutes left on that clock, but FIBA still with the fastest time. Sandeezy set a time in that between them with a 109.15. So 5 drivers yet to set one. We'll watch one of them now. Sid currently on an outlap. The others midway through there. So we should see times popping up soon. Well, Light's telling us that Charles did finish in F2, but in 18th. Jeez, that's right.
Oh, that's right. It was Neil Romero, and both times in Ferrari he didn't finish.
Yep.
That's right. Lights quick on the track and quick on the facts this evening.
There we go. T-Mac, 108.3. A bad time.
A few of the drivers invalidating at the back of the field. We've got Flyboy and Baitmate both on pretty decent laps and just happened to extend a little bit. Sid, though, on a pretty good lap at the moment, going through Tabac and now into swimming pool. Goes purple in the second sector.
Just watching Big Al finish his lap up now. So T-Mac is teammate. Oh, he's going straight into the pits. Oh, so we won't even set a time. Okay. As Sid getting a little bit Tokyo Drift there right at the end. He'll cross the line with a 109.3, which will put him currently in 11th position.
Interestingly, Mikau is on the medium tyre doing a run at the moment. He's down in P12 at the moment with 109.429. He set that time on a set of softs. But I imagine he did have the engine turned down, so I wonder if he's going to try and start on the medium tyre and go longer on the first stint.
Well, strategy is very, very, very important in Monaco.
And if you've got the pace, it's like if you can start at the front of the field. I'm pretty sure Pacey did this strategy last season or the season before, where he qualified well enough on the medium tyre, he was able to start on it, and then came back through the field on the softs to get the win.
Okay, so the Psycho in the chat is saying, no, it's a mistake. Which would actually be hilarious. So am I to assume here that Mikau's not actually big-braining this? He just forgot to put on softs? Am I getting that correct? But please keep theory crafting. Yeah, there you go. That's Alpha Taris. Yes, smooth brain. All right, let's have a look. Who is on a flying lap right now? Tanis, as you saw as he came through the tunnel. Breaking into the chicane. Was that not invalidated? That would have been.
That was not invalidated. No, you can take a lot of that curb and get away with it. Same with this little left-hander up here. You can take a lot of that inside curb, as long as you don't touch that sausage curb with the right-hand side tires. It is still valid.
There we go. Tanis is about to cross the line with a 108.4, and in true Monaco fashion, we will cut to the Aston Martin. There we go. Replay through the chicane. And I wish I had the technical ability to be able to do that every single minute of the race. Just so we can keep the authenticity here on the stream. There you go. It's even through the swimming pool. I'm doing it as best I can. All right. So 8 minutes, 20 seconds left on that clock. FIBA still with the fastest lap, a 107.928. Psycho telling us he's just doing an installation lap. No worries. So Hero, currently on a fast lap. This is one of those tracks where, like, the comms really have to be on point because you do not want to be that guy You do not want to be that driver that blocks someone's really good run. And it's very easy to do here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a difficult track for trying to stay out of the way because there's barely enough room for one car to get through, let alone two. So you really have to try and pick the spot to let a faster car through pretty well. Otherwise, you end up, causing a collision, and both of you ending up with grid penalties because the game is not very forgiving when it comes to that.
Hero touched the wall through to Bark. No damage though. Let's see. 103 as he crosses into the DRS line. The wing open. It's the only DRS section on the track. And he does set the fastest time of the qualifying 107.781. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there looking to beat it. One of them would be this man, Panda, the other member of the AFR team. Getting very, very sideways there. It's interesting because Monaco is a high downforce track, and it's obvious as to why that's the case, because you don't really have anywhere to let loose. Like, a lot of it is going to be tight turns. But even so, depending on how you have your setup, the road, there's a lot of bumps in places that there shouldn't be bumps. So if you get too early on the power or you turn too hard, you just, you can very easily spin the car.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I did it myself a couple of times through the swimming pool section. The second part of that chicane, the inside curb is just lethal. If you take too much of that with very little fuel and too much throttle, you just lose the rear. Like the first time I got lucky and the rear tire just caught the wall and it set me straight. Second time, not so much, and I went right around and ended up reversing into the Ferrari on the island. So
Panda almost took out the pit wall there. So that's a 108.887. It won't improve on his current time.
Yeah, Flyboy and Big Al still yet to set a time. Neither of them setting valid laps at all. So they're really struggling to just get a banker on the board, let alone a quick and competitive time.
So I think Feber has started his flying lap, I believe. Because that last one didn't trigger unless it was just much slower. We'll see. He doesn't look like he's...
He may have made a mistake, so that you do get enough fuel to be able to do two flying laps on a tank. So he may have just made a mistake early and backed out and gone again. He's got plenty of ERS, so he may have boarded the lap pretty early.
Got a yellow flag coming into Sector 2. It's a car that's just... What? He's invalidated! See, and that's what I was trying to point out earlier. You have to be very, very careful going over that first yellow curb, because if you go too far, the game will penalize you for it and it will invalidate. And those other guys managed to just nail it, but Feber unfortunately went a little bit too far. He'll come into the pits and he'll have to reset that, come back out, and hopefully attempt another flying lap. Jump on with Potty here, who has also invalidated his lap, it seems, which is a shame because it looks like he's rocketing through here. Unless, of course, it's because he cut the chicane, in which case that makes sense.
Mikau has DNF'd. He has crashed at Casino. So Mikau is outside of the top 10. He has crashed. I don't know if he turned too early or if he's just gone straight into the outside wall, but he is in P12 and he is out of qualifying. Now, Psycho was what's going on with that strategy?
Oh, we'll just have a look really quick. Lance Stroll. Just making sure that button works. Excellent. Excellent. Okay.
That's the replay we needed to see.
Honestly, if I had better foresight, I would have set up 2 replays so I could do that whenever I wanted. Okay, no, I can't set. I have to use other replays. People are expected to be able to see something more than once. That isn't like the Aston Martin.
There's a clip feature they can go back and do.
Yeah, that's it. So, okay, so 3 minutes 30 left in the session, and Mikau has put it in the wall. So we were joking about that medium strat, but I mean, he's going to get to if he wants to now. He's outside that top 10. He did put a time on the board. It's a 109.1. It's put him in 12th right now, but I mean, I can only imagine these guys are going to be able to overshoot that. So depending on how... Oh, there it is. The tire. You can still see the tire on the track, actually. Really hope that doesn't call a million safety cars out in the race. Like, that would be the worst. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. And thank you to everyone who is watching at the moment. We love that you enjoy this. This bait mate comes through tunnel now. To bark. See, this is the corner that always makes me clench. Just got to get it right, which he has done. To his credit. Here we go around the outside into the final corner. Oh, he did nick that. No damage so far. He'll cross the line. What's it going to be? A 108.5. It's an improvement. That allows him to jump up into 8th position. So the time is dwindling down, which means we will see our final flying laps soon. Yellow flag reported there, but it's now clear. Same as in Sector 3. As Hero is still the fastest in the session at 107.781. Gus, what do you think the fastest time's going to be?
I reckon 107.5. I reckon Hero's right on it. As long as he's not impeded, I reckon he can get to 107.5.
107.5. Sounds like a radio station. Probably is a radio station.
But... Radio Hero, 107.5.
It's just gearbox noises. Here goes bait mate. Let's another driver past. Let's have a look with some of these guys. Let's jump on with Trent. Going through Saint Devo now as he makes his way up through Beau Rivage. Us saying corner names is now just a flex on the T3 commentary team, and I love it. That's all it's going to be. Down into Mirabeau. And he is up on his time by almost 2/10, so we could see a much faster Red Bull. Now he just has to hold it for the next 2 sectors as he comes around Poirier into tunnel. Seb saying that the dragon's going to kill me. Bring it. Into the Nouvelle Chicane. Just before the 50-meter board. Gets the cut over the chicane correct. No invalidation. Keep it off the wall. And don't Leclerc. Nailed it. Okay. Into Rascasse. Trying to keep up the minimum speed. Clear. Hits that wing. And he'll cross the line. What improvement's going to be? Ooh. It's a 107.89. Not enough to knock Hero off the top spot, but it is enough to drop Feeber one. And he will be in second for now. Of course, there are other drivers setting times. Hero, one of them, coming out of the tunnel now. Hard on the brakes. Oh, but he invalidates on the chicane. I don't think there's enough time for him to do another.
There's not. That's it. Checkered flag.
All right, so now it's going to be on Feeber to nail this lap. Possibly Panda as well. No, Panda
on Big Al as well. He hasn't set a competitive time yet on a pretty good flyer at the moment.
Who?
Oh, there's an Alpine! Oh, there's an Alpine in the swimming pool! And Big Al is DNF'd. He's crashed into the back of the Alpine that was trying to reverse. Oh, no, Big Al. And there's a massive blockage. There is a massive blockage on the track.
Oh, no.
My God, it's just, this
would be the perfect
Monaco
time.
with no ghosting, that's what this is.
This would be the perfect time to cut.
We need a replay there, Kunai.
Yeah, this would be the perfect. Now, there isn't, because I wanted to see the actual replay, but this would have been the time. this would have been the time to pull that. All right, let's go back and just see what happened. So, Gus let us know about the Alpine incident. Now, Wahid, I guess he was trying to recover, and as Feeber was trying to get that speed, just bang, right into the other car. That's massive damage. And the worst part about that is, like, the stewards are going to have a very tough time ahead of them because that's caused a bunch of others to not be able to finish. At least with proper times. Because I don't know how long that incident was there for, but I know a couple of drivers got affected by it.
Yeah, the problem was that original Alpine was pointing the wrong way and was trying to do a flick turn. And I think, they just got on the apex of the corner. And Big Al had nowhere to go. And then, obviously, it's just become a big pile-up. So that's a monster incident. But
right.
it's very Monaco. As soon as there's an incident on track, that's it. The session is over,
All
and
right.
that's it.
So Hero will take the fastest lap of the session with a 107.78. Trin there in second place with a 107.89. FIBA, who was probably on point to setting the fastest lap, unfortunately didn't. So he'll start third with a 107.9. T-Mac, Pacey, Artanis, Sminny, Batemate, Panda, and Potsy will round out the top 10. An unfortunate qualifying session for Mikau there. Ended up ending it very early. I'm not sure what position he'll start. Didn't get time to scroll down the board there, but he'll at least get free choice on the tyre.
And noted as well, Wahid got a 5-place grid penalty for that as well. So
yeah, of course.
I don't know if the stewards are going to do anything about that after the race. Just send a few comments in the chat. I don't know if
5. Yeah. Did you say 5?
5-place grid
That's
penalty for Wahid.
That's pretty severe. So that's
going to chuck him at the back of the grid. I think he'll still probably be just in front of Big Al, who was the original person involved in that collision. But yeah,
was it Big Al? Wasn't it FIBA?
So no, the initial contact was Wahid was the one who was recovering, and then Big Al crashed into him because he was on a hot lap and came around the corner, and there was an Alpine in the middle of the road. And then FIBA came through and collided into the Alpine. It was still there, pointing the wrong way.
Right,
so
understood. Right. Oh, Jesus.
There are actually two cars that DNF'd off that collision.
Jesus Christ. All right, and that race hasn't even started, and we've seen absolute chaos. Jesus Christ. Okay, well. It all in tier 1. Let Ali in tier 1. Oh, right. See if you can get some movement on that. Okay, so 12 seconds till we start this session. The guys will go around for their formation lap. Warmth, tires and brakes, make sure everything's working. One nice final calm lap of the track before chaos ensues. 39 laps here in Monaco.
So Wahid is starting from the back of the grid, so he has effectively been sent to the back by the game.
Yep. Okay. Well, it's kind of warranted. I mean...
Yeah, it's kind of fair enough. Like, it's Monaco.
It's... Oh, man. That was absolutely rough. And, again, FIBA was up on all of his sectors through that part, so... we just won't know. But at least he put a banker lap to be in third, so it's not all lost. However, position in Monaco is very important. Starting position. So
Speaking of some pretty good times there as well. I mean, look at T-Mac all the way up in P4 as well. AC P5. Some very, very good times from them.
Should be in for a cracker of a race. Hopefully it doesn't just end up being a giant Centrelink queue. Hopefully we see some movement. That joke there for all the people in Australia.
Sid and Big Al opted to start on the hard tyre, so they're obviously going long. They might be hoping for a timely safety car past the halfway mark, but from what I've heard, the hard's not a great race tyre. Pretty slow and low grip, but weather looks pretty good, so shouldn't be too much trouble keeping the temperature up.
All right. So Hero just crawling up to his start box now. That'll mean everyone else will be as well. And we can get this race underway. Will we have a clean teal lap 1? Is the word I was looking for. Who knows? If any moderators are out there, let's start. What type of prediction are we after? I don't know. We'll have to figure it out as we...
Will there be a safety car?
Will there be a safety car? That's probably a good one. Hey. All right, so the lights are on. They're out. And away we go. A rocket start from Hero. As we go into Saint Devoe. And so far, it's looking pretty clean. As I make my way through the field, I don't see any major problems. They move through
T-Max
Casino.
jump Pacey up to P4. As the leaderboard goes cactus. Bit of a concertina around Casino, though. A few cars getting scattered.
Oh, I see a wing gone! It's from the Ferrari. There's debris everywhere. There is definitely damage. Let's see here.
Yeah,
The
looks
Haas.
like
The Haas has lost it.
traffic was not moving then. Wahid at the very back of the grid was weaving to get some temperature into his tyres while he waited. We've got a yellow flag in the tunnel. There's a big collision in the tunnel. Looks like we've got an Alpine has gone around and it's out. Sandisi is out. Crashed in the tunnel. Don't know if anyone else came together with him. Currently just a local yellow flag. No safety car at the moment.
All right, will we see anybody coming to the pit? I saw when the wing came up, I saw that it was red, and I immediately assumed it was a Ferrari. Having said that, there is no Ferrari in this race.
Batemate coming into the pits. Looks like he has wing damage. Everyone else staying out.
So that would have been the red stripe from the Haas. That inside red stripe.
Maybe it was Ferrari trying to put down some debris to cause a puncture and ruin their rivals' race.
All right, so now we're on lap 2. Hero still in the lead. Sandisi out of this race, so we are now down to 17 drivers as AWS decides to grace us with its presence. Predicted pit stop strategy: 1 stop from the soft to medium or soft to hard tyre. Looks like we're seeing a much cleaner procession now. Times have extended a little bit. Most people underneath that 1 second gap, though. As we start lap 3, so that'll mean that DRS is now enabled, for what it's worth. Hero's actually getting a pretty decent gap happening here. Bieber having a little bit of trouble.
Sid's just peeled off into the pits as well. I think he's got a little bit of wing damage. The Alfa Romeo went backwards a little bit. Wahid up to P15 now. And yeah, Sid getting that front wing swapped and chucking on another set of medium tyres.
So we're just watching the race now from Smitty in 6th position, the team Haas. Fortunately, his teammate has caused some damage in the hairpin. Sometimes he gets these nice camera shots. It just looks beautiful as the cars make their way through track. It's a beautiful track. Say what you want about Monaco, but there's a reason why it's still on the calendar. 1, money, and 2, long-standing history. But also, it's a very beautiful track. Thank you, AWS.
Oh, Potsy and Panda side by side. A little bit of contact between the Red Bull and the sister car. As Hero's out! Hero's out! At Casino! Hero has crashed out at Casino, and so has Trin. Trin has crashed into him.
Oh,
Trin and Hero are out, and we have a full safety car.
That's a massive accident. There's a lot of debris on the track. They should be removed. No, they're still there. That's a massive accident. Okay, they're finally...
cleared now. They're cleared. There's debris all over the place, and that has brought out the full safety car.
All right, well, it didn't take very long. 4 laps. 4 laps. Let's see if we can get... It's going to be a short one, but jump on board with some others. You can see the carnage there. So that was Trin and Hero. Hero off to the side there, Trin lower down. And the wheels are gone, the wings are gone. It's a massive accident. And that's 2 of the front runners. Those were 2 of the really front competitors, and they're gone. So FIBA is now in the lead.
FIBA's just peeled into the pit, so T-Mac is now in the lead. Pacey's followed him in, so is Artanis and Potsy. They're all chucking on the medium tyres. I don't know if they're going to be able to go to the end on those. They might be committing to a 2-stop strategy from here.
Could we see another safety car, maybe? Is that...
Smitty's staying out as well. So T-Mac leads from Smitty, who leads from Combined. So that is your top 3. And I did not expect that would be the top 3 in Tier 1.
So lap 5 of 39. FIBA rejoins in between Combined YouTuber and Mickey. You can see the crowd strike AMG safety car. T-Mac will lead this race. Smitty close behind as the rest of the grid will form up. How many times do you have to tell me the strategy, AWS? We get it. They're going to change tyres.
Our pit reporter, Seb, is currently telling us that the mediums should just last to the end of the race, provided they don't get a puncture off any debris. So currently, Fieber sitting pretty. Mikau in a little bit of strife, though. He's surrounded by drivers on new medium tyres, and he's been on those softs for 4 laps. But he does have track position, importantly, which he did not have after qualifying.
Why has gone into the hard compound. So he's looking to go to the end. Now, Seb, of course, was saying that the mediums should last, or will last to the end, so... But their performance is going to be really low. 2% wear on lap. You're looking at still 30 laps. That's 60% wear. That's pretty rough.
Mikau's just peeled off into the pits, so he's getting rid of those softs now, chucking on the mediums. T-Mac Smitty staying out. So combined is probably going to be in a little bit of strife as well. He's started on the mediums. So he'll have to pit. Hopefully he'll be able to pull away a little bit, or he's going to find himself towards the back of the grid again. So Mikau should come out just in front of Wahid. And he does. So Mikau down in P12 at the moment.
So the good news is the debris is completely clear now. Off the track. There is no residual. So the safety car should come in rare, possibly this lap. Baitmate's still catching up, but I think it should.
Yeah, he's just at turn 2 now. The rest of the field's up at Mirabeau Hort, so I should see, hopefully, the safety car come in very shortly. But we know the saying, safety cars breed safety cars. It's going to bunch up the grid again. And I just wonder how this restart's going to go. Whether we're going to get much of a concertina effect through that final chicane of the Rasgas.
Wait for race control to confirm whether or not the safety car will come in.
There we go.
Yes, there we go. All right. So it is all up to T-Mac now. He'll be in charge of this vicious rattlesnake of cars. When does he decide to turn? Now, here it is. Now, this is going to be very critical because you can't really muck around here. You want to make sure you get a clean exit. He'll go straight away too. No mucking around the final corner. Smitty actually got a very, very good catch on that. Fieber and Combined Neutral are almost having a drag race, but Fieber comes out on top there.
Yeah, Fieber passed him just after the start-finish line, so he just got that legal pass done.
And the race is now underway again. T-Mac leading the procession. 15 drivers left in this race. And only 7 laps down. So anything can happen here, and such is the beauty of Monaco. Watching the race on board from Flyboy here. In the middle of everything. Make their way through the Novelle chicane. So far, it's a clean restart. Say that as Flyboy touches the wall.
Oh, both Wahid and Sid having big moment on the exit of swimming pool. Both drifting in exactly the same way towards that outside wall, but they keep it together.
Oh, you gotta love it. Some of those camera shots. It's Panda in 8th position. The entire grid on mediums, except for T-Mac, Smitty, and Wahid.
Sid down the inside of Wahid, and Baitmate now as well, a Casino. And Wahid goes to the back of the grid. Those hard tyres just not firing up for him enough to hold on to the position.
Pacey has a penalty.
Yeah, he's got a 5-second penalty. I'm not sure if he sped in the pits or
I think it was speeding in the pits.
I'll have a quick look at race director.
As he overtakes Combined YouTuber into the chicane. Very clean, very well done.
We're speeding in the pits, so that one will probably not be overturned post-race.
See if he can create a comfortable gap. Hopefully it won't hurt him too bad at the end of the race. As you see a bunch of drivers getting very, very crowded.
Oh, Sid is out. Sid has just crashed to the exit of the swimming pool.
Oh, no.
Was on board with Batemate at the time, and he just clipped that inside wall and speared to the outside as well.
Looks like a
no
clean
safety car, just the yellow flag.
Gonna say it looks like a clean accident. Nobody around, so that'll probably get cleared before we have everybody. As we see Potsy, Artana, second combined YouTuber, 5th, 6th, and 7th, fighting it out as they go down towards Mirabeau. A lot of blocking happening. Nobody wanting to give up any positions, but you got to be very, very careful and on point because you don't want to lose any wing as Artana tries to go to the inside. Combined YouTuber holds on to the position into Poirier. And now it'll be a drag race to the chicane. Oh, is he going to go for an inside break? It's going to be tough, but the Aston Martin will make it work. Oh, but Combine has to go off track. Really wanted to avoid an incident there. As T-Mac will pick up a 3-second time penalty for warnings. We're back down a couple of positions. 10th place right now. Pondon, his teammate. As Potsy overtakes Artanis there for 5th place.
As Fever also gets past Smitty up at Casino, who's up into P2. Oh, Smitty hits the inside of Casino wall and he's lost the place to Pacey as well, and he may have picked up some wing damage while he's at it. Yes, he's lost his right end plate. Oh, he's into the wall as well at Mirabeau, and he's lost his whole wing. There's a lot of three of the McLaren's round. Flyboy's gone around, and now side by side going into the hairpin.
Flyboy has blocked the entire position of car. Oh my god, it's unprofessional to laugh, but Jesus Christ, was that funny?
And he's still in the points.
He's still in the... Alright, okay. Here's my dilemma. There isn't really anything he can do, right? Like technically he could just like back up and wait, but he's still in the way. So, I don't know, is that something the stewards are going to have to look at?
They might look at it, but yeah, like you said, I don't think there's much else he could have done in that situation. As Smitty peels into the pits to get that wing fixed and change off those soft tyres.
Something we're going to have to keep an eye on. All right.
Meanwhile, there's now a massive gap between Panda and Flyboy, so P7 is 7.5 seconds in front of P8. And Flyboy's also staying out, so I wonder if he's been able to get away with no damage there. He's still got both his end plates. So
wait,
may have
wait a minute. What? T-Mac just... What? T-Mac just went ghost, and Feber and Pacey drove through him. So Feber and Pacey are now 1st and 2nd. And Team...
It's a bit odd.
That's confusing. All right. Well, as it stands, lap 11 to 39, and Feber is now in the lead of this race. That is odd. Okay, so let's have a look at some of these other times. We'll drop down to 9th position here. Big Al chasing Pondant. Flyboy there in 7th, who showed us his 14-point turning skills earlier. And through the hairpin. Such a slow corner. So T-Max switched onto the medium. Smitty's still in the pit. Is he serving? Oh no, he's just coming out now. Just coming out of the pit lane now. I'm gonna rejoin the track. Just past Saint Devote. This Phoebe sets the fastest time at 1:10.6.
You're right. So he actually broke his front wing on his out lap. So he pit 2 laps in a row, soft to hard, then hard to medium. So unfortunately for him, he's now 40 seconds behind P13.
Big look, and you see if there was an opportunity there on Pondon, but choosing not to use his overtake. Followed by Mick and Bait Mate. Smitty picks up a 3-second time penalty there for multiple warnings. Jeez. Bad day going to worse. Phoebe now with a very good gap there in the lead. 2.5 or 2.7 seconds. Pacey, of course, with that 5-second penalty. Phoebe sets another fast stab, 110.4. While we have a break in the action, let's just have a look here. There we go. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.10. There we go. For anybody that was wondering.
Reminds me a lot of at Larascas when that happened. Was it last year? Year before? And there was someone at Larascas blocked the whole grid, and they had to wait for them to reverse, and everyone tried to get past, and yeah, just had to wait.
One of the craziest stories for me about Monaco is the fact that I think it was the Jaguar team. I can't remember right now, but they put a diamond as a promotion. They put a real diamond in the nose of the car. That car crashed, and the diamond was lost. And nobody knows where it went.
I think one steward certainly knows where it went.
Yeah, 100%. I was just about to say, I call absolute BS on that one. Mick Howe loses a bunch of time going through the swimming pool there to Big Al, but Big Al's doing a very good job to stick onto the back of this Aston Martin into the DRS section. The overtake comes on. The problem is the DRS just isn't strong enough to get you there, because by the time you get any momentum, it's Saint Devote. So it's one of those things where you got to try and build up here through to Casino. This could be one of them. But then you've got to commit to a move, hoping that the other driver doesn't come too close. Otherwise, you both get damage. Encroaching ever closer to the halfway mark of this race. Bieber still in the lead. Comfortable 2.9 second gap. And the cars you're watching are the closest on track right now. Pondon down to Baitmate, all within that 1 second gap. Big Al's doing a very good job to maintain here. Ooh, as we see a lock up there from some of them. Take the 1 second to yellow flag. Looks like the McLaren, I believe.
Just having a look at Hasey. His car's looking okay, so I'm not sure if it was a ghost yellow or... Oh no, the Haas Smitty, he's lost his whole front wing again.
Oh my.
He's in the tunnel, and yeah, so I reckon that's probably what we saw flash up. Yeah, and he's cutting the Novell chicane just to stay out of the way. Was he? Oh no, that's Smitty still to back. Just letting some cars through.
Oh, man.
No, he's spent in the pit lane as
Smitty's
well.
not having a great race
He
here.
is not. Oh, poor Smitty.
Really not having a great race. As Big Al closer and closer to the back of that Aston Martin, but he can't make the overtake stick, and that's one of the big frustrations of the Monaco circuit. However,
Combined,
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was just to say, combined his pit off those mediums he started on, so he's gone onto the hards, but has dropped to 13th.
So he'll go all the way to the end on those. This is the great difficulty. It's just to get an opening to overtake is just so difficult. But at the same time, the more you put that presence in the wing mirrors of the driver ahead, the more likely they are to make a mistake. Because Monaco's not forgiving. We saw a couple of examples of this. You do have to make sure you're on point, because this is one of them. You go too far on that chicane, you're going to get warnings. You're going to get a penalty. And considering the times of the gaps here, penalties are absolutely devastating. Penalties are devastating anywhere, but more so usually at Monaco. Bieber still well in the lead, 3.3 seconds. In fact, he's doing an excellent job. And it could even be the risk of him lapping some cars.
Yeah, Pacey trying to stretch his wings as well, pull away from Potsy to negate that 5-second penalty he got for speeding in the pits. He's not quite pulling away, really just matching pace with Potsy behind. But he's definitely losing ground to Fieber out in the lead.
Have a look from Batemate's perspective here. In 10th, last of the train from 7th onwards. Doing a great job here. Had a pretty rough incident early on. Lost the entire front wing. Had to come into the pits. Made his way back into top 10. Admittedly, there's only 14 places now, but... a massive...
Panda and...
Sorry?
Oh, sorry. Panda and P5 having a very Alpha Tauri race. 8 seconds to the car in front, 8 seconds to the car behind.
We have a Sector 3 yellow flag, and I think that would have been flagged because of Smitty coming into the pits there.
Yeah, back into the pits. I think he's got a bit more front wing damage again.
Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully it's been an enjoyable race so far. It's definitely been chaotic.
Combined back into the pits as well. Looks like he's picked up some more wing damage. Oh, no, he's just changing onto the medium tyres, so this might be the right call from him. So he was on the hards, but only for a lap, and now he's straight onto the mediums again to the end. But I think he may be a lap down now.
Oh my god. Smitty, I've just... 9 seconds. 9 seconds so far. So, Mika currently in 9th. Second on the championship standings. Potsy's... Oh, Smith picks up another 3-second time penalty. Potsy in 3rd. We got a Sector 3 yellow flag, and it's... I believe that's Smitty.
That's Smitty. He's pointing the wrong way at Larascas. He's trying to reverse into the pit lane.
I Oh god. Here are the yellow
He's gonna have to
flags.
wait. He's gonna have to wait for all the cars to go through before he can
no.
try anything.
I legitimately thought he was going to reverse in then. Oh no. No, don't hit the car.
Oh no, that's the
just
worst
get
thing that could have
reset?
happened. Oh, that is the worst thing that could have
Oh my
happened.
God,
He
he
reversed
just
into the
got
pit lane and it
reset.
teleported into the racing line.
Oh boy.
Why just comes through Larascas and just sees his Haas appear in front of him. Wow.
Ah, well, he goes for another lap. Oh no, he's going to bin it. There is no way he goes this fast without penalty. Not with a front wing. Not with missing a front wing, rather. Oh my god. Okay, so that's a little fun fact for everyone. If you... Oh, there he goes. My life be so fine. Then boom. Reset. Oh, now he's just putting on a show for everyone. I really should be watching the race, but this... I really want to see if he gets here clean. Like, I need to. Oh, just misses the chicane. He'll get a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. Oh, he's definitely given up now. Oh, he's hit the wall. He has no turning ability. That car must be a nightmare. Oh, boy. All right. Is he actually going to make it back to the pits?
I think he's going to make it.
He's going to make it. Come around the final thing there. There we go. Okay. I was fully expecting him to get reset again. All right. That's put me... I'm solved. There we go. Okay. The Smitty back into the bits. He'll get that wing fixed up.
Just waiting for his engineer to come across the radio. It's all right. We'll just put the car back together and we'll go again.
It's okay, Mick. Oh, it's Potty. Is he going to go for an overtake here on Pacey? No. But it's a close one. All over the back of him. They get the same amount of wear. Both in the same tyre. Car looks for the outside of mirror, but wouldn't suggest it. Through the hairpin. And I have a feeling Potty's going to try inside of the chicane. Whether or not Pacey's going to let him do so. Let's have a look. You can see the overtake button. He's using it. Let's see. Is he going to... No, Pacey's going to block off that inside line. Very good job from the McLaren. And they'll go around again.
T-Mac nearly ran into the back of Batemate at Mirabeau. This little train for P7 at the moment, starting to get a little bit spicy. A few of the drivers getting a bit impatient.
Okay, so Pacey will come into the pits. Lottie will get that second place. Bunch of positions will change. Let's jump back to the middle. Condon and Big Al still going at it. Big Al's been trying to get past. We have a sector 3 yellow flag.
Smitty. He's got moving again just before all the cars rocked up.
Oh my god.
He's parked it over on the side. Well, Pacey's going to drop down. He didn't quite get his gaps right. And he's outside the points now. He's in P11.
Lap 24 of 39. 10 plus laps in this race. Anything can happen. A sector 1 flag. That's going to be
Smitty
Smitty.
had a
Raymond.
spin at centre up.
Oh no, Phoebe's going to come through there right now.
He's clear. He's clear. No wing
Oh,
damage,
no,
so he'll continue on.
There's the other woman, Waheen. Phoebe with a 7.8 second gap there. Oh, as Panda picks up a 3-second time penalty there.
So Pondon has also caught Flyboy again. So Flyboy was pulling away from that train just before, and now he's leading it.
His teammate is at the back.
Yeah, we've passed the halfway mark of the race. I wonder if a bit of fatigue is going to start to set in. There's Pacey making a move on T-Mac into Larascas. They're side by side, a little bit of contact. And the McLaren forces its way through and up into the points.
Good job there, Pacey. He'll be looking to get back all of those that he lost. With moves like that, he might just do it. Got to keep an eye on some of these times. See, Big Al gets this really, really close as they come up through here, but then Hondon just manages to keep the car exactly where it needs to be and prevent those overtaking opportunities. At the same time, he has to be careful not to weave. Fending is fine. Weaving excessively is not. So now Flyboy's
Pacey just got past Batemate at the hotel hairpin. A little bit of overlap, and Pacey says thank you very much. Up into P9 now.
Jesus. Like a man possessed. He wants that position. He wants those positions back. Might just have to stay on this because he'll probably do some kamikaze-esque driving to get back up into the better point positions. And of course, oh, it's hit! Oh my God, that's Big Al!
Big Al's out. Pacey broke his front wing. So did Mikau.
Oh, the Mercedes has crashed.
Yeah,
Mikau and Pacey both have to come in.
Batemate and T-Mac both move up to 7th and 8th. No damage for them.
Let's have a quick look at that. We didn't catch the incident at hand, but we were watching Pacey come through the section, and then you can just see there, bang, the wheel comes off. Oh my. That's a rough one. Big Al was doing so well there too. Keeping on the back of Pondon there, but it looks like he's the one that made the mistake. And that's now, we are now down to 12 drivers.
Yes, Smitty DNF'd in there somewhere as well. I didn't quite catch that.
Oh, no, Smitty did DNF. I didn't... What is this race? You know, it's Monaco. That's what this race is. Let's be real. But Jesus, that... Okay, so 12 drivers left. 12 laps to go. T-Mac picks up a 3-second time penalty. If you're FIBA, you must be thinking like, "Oh, this is pretty chill."
Until someone's car breaks and gives him a puncture or something.
Oh no! Can you imagine if someone flips at the? Oh my God!
It's been done. Coach back in season 1, season 2, flipped at the swimming pool.
Oh my God! All right, so the closest car on track now is Pondon to the back of Flyboy. His Batemate is in the pits. Mikau and Pacey both pick up a free position. Dubois in the chat, F1 Battle Royale. It certainly feels like it. I don't think the FIA would think that's kosher, but...
So Pacey's also served that 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits at his first stop, so he is now clean.
And that's why you're seeing all those kamikaze moves too, because he knows that.
Yeah. We do have Panda with 3 seconds, T-Mac with 6 seconds, and Batemate with 5 seconds. So I think he sped coming into the pits for that last stop then.
28 of 39. FIBA, 9.5 seconds down the road from Potsy. Had a bit of a rough end to the qualifying session, but he's more than made up for it. Oh, it's Pondon! Getting mad sideways out of Casino. The expert driving skills that he has manages to catch it. I'm really glad that he caught it, because that could have been a safety car. And everyone else outside that 1 second gap, why he just managed to get into it. Batemate as well. Batemate's catching really, really fast, actually.
Yeah, Wahid's been on those hard tyres for 23 laps. Batemate just fresh on those mediums, so he's going to be all over the back of the Alpine now.
Probably going to make a move here in the tunnel if I had to guess. The other thing I've noticed is Pacey doesn't seem to have that oomph anymore.
Well, he's on the hard tyres, so I'm not sure if he wasn't able to select the other set of mediums from qualifying, but yeah, has
They come
Batemate, bit
together.
of contact with the Alpine
That's
at the
rough.
mid-bell chicane.
Yeah, that's
and he
rough.
forces his way through.
That's rough. That's what you got to be careful of. Can't you can't just put yourself in there. There has to be an equal challenge. There might be something that has to be looked at, but anyway.
Well,
Bate is
F1
up in the top.
2021 has side pod damage, so hopefully that hasn't caused any damage to the left-hand side of Wahid's car.
I'm still trying to understand that there are 6 cars out of this race. That's a lot. As T-Mac has actually managed to squeeze himself into that 1 second gap now. So he is catching Pondon, and that'll be the net cause because of Flyboy slowing Pondon down. Combined YouTuber there with a 3-second time penalty. The question is, where does Pondon overtake? I mean, maybe with a lucky run up to Casino.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, Flyboy seems to be pretty quick in a straight line. It just seems to be in the corners that he's losing out to Pondon, and unfortunately that's not really helpful because there's not many corners where you can actually pass here.
It's just crazy. Anytime you get speed, you immediately have to brake. Either A, because there's a corner, or B, because the car in front of you is doing the same. So it's like, the momentum is just so broken on the track. And then any way you can stretch your legs, which would be tunnel here. See, Pondon's just too far back from Flyboy now, so he's not going to be able to go onto the inside. Team Mac, again, too far back. It's not a valid move. You can try. It's not going to end well for anyone.
Batemate has caught Pacey, so they're currently battling for P9 at the hairpin, but Batemate looks like he's much, much quicker on those medium tyres.
He did it to Wahid. I'm assuming he's going to do it to Pacey, but Pacey might just take the non-nuclear option and keep that inside
Already
line.
covering the inside, yeah.
See, that's it. That's how it's done. Pacey knows exactly where he has to be, and Batemate wants to get past. He's going to have to do a damaging move to do so it's not in his best interests. And then these guys will follow each other all the way through this last sector.
Pacey grazed the outside wall of Tabac though, so he's definitely trying to wring as much performance out of this car, but he's just got to be careful that he doesn't ask too much of it.
Batemate's also losing the back end. A lot of torque in these cars, so it's very easy to spin those back tyres. Batemate's got to be very careful not to hit him either. Don't want that. Oh! Pacey loses it a little bit, but catches. He tries to go on the outside of Mirabeau. Interesting strategy. Didn't pay off. And while we're watching this, T-Mac and Pondon are having a bit of a biff as well. Into the swimming pool. T-Mac much faster. And now Baymate's looking for a switch as well. Into the chicane. Oh man. Pushing all of my camera abilities to the max.
Now just notice there's a little bit of debris on the inside of Tabac on that left-hand side. So I'm not sure who that's come off. It looks like Panda's actually coming in to the pit. So I wonder if
Pacey
that might
just
have
let
been him.
Batemate past. And I have a feeling it's because he lost his end plate, which he did. And now he's coming into the pits. So Pacey did hit something through the swimming pool, and it's caused him damage.
I think Panda had some damage as well because he has dropped down to P8 now. He's on a fresh set of softs, but he was in a pretty good position up in P4, which is now where Flyboy, of all people, is sitting after that Austin Powers move at Mirabeau. He is currently P4.
The lap 33 of 39. 6 laps left in this race. FIBA with a very comfortable 8.3 second lead. As it stands, he will take the win here at Monaco. But a lot can change in a lap, let alone 6. Onto the main straight here. Flyboy in defensive mode. Pondon trying to find a place to pass. And T-Mac waiting to collect. Many mistakes that those two make. 270 kilometers up through that sector. It's nuts. Basically having faith that car's going to stick. Batemate sets the fastest lap of the race at 110.3. A bonus point for him at the end.
Psycho, the pins are 6 seconds for T-Mac, 3 for Mikhail, Panda, 5 for Batemate, and 3 for combined.
Condon with a massive 10 places gained this race.
Yeah, mega race from him, and Artanis as well is currently in P3.
8 places gained for Potty, 8 places gained for Flyboy, 6 for Wahid.
Very good result on the cards here for Aston Martin, P3 and P5.
It's been eventful, that's for sure. As Pondon seems to... Oh, jeez. All right, that was T-Mac almost losing the front end there. His Batemate sets fastest lap again. Oh, he's going right on the inside!
Wahid has crashed at Nouvelle Chicane.
We'll have to keep an eye on that one, but T-Mac managed to get past Pondon there. That's an interesting move. And it's worked. Pondon down into 6th place. T-Mac now on the charge to Flyboy.
Well, there's debris on the racing line at the back. It's just come off Wahid's car. Hopefully it's not going to cause a puncture from this battle group for P4.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Flyboy just went right over it.
You just saw it flip up. Doesn't look like there's any damage there.
Panda looked like he had more wing damage as well, so he's come back into the pits onto another set of soft tyres.
After that move, Condon has absolutely bled all of the speed. He's down to 1.6 gap now behind T-Mac. So T-Mac must just be like a bullet. He's trying to get past Flyboy. He might just do the same thing again as Pacey picks up a 3-second time penalty there or multiple warning.
I think Pacey's winding up to do a fast lap on those soft tyres. He just let combined go through.
Keep an eye on T-Mac here. Can he line something up down through the tunnel? He's already looking for it. Will Flyboy make the read?
Potsy's dropped into the clutches of Artanis. There's a battle now for P2.
I did see something in the chat asking if Potty had damage. Oh, sure. I thought T-Mac was going to go for a move there into Bark. Chose not to. Batemate picks up a 3-second time penalty there.
I can't see any damage on the outside of Potsy's Red Bull, but he's definitely going a lot. I wonder if maybe it's a fuel concern. Maybe he's having to conserve fuel for the last few laps. Probably hasn't been as safe.
T-Mac has a great run into Saint-Devote! And he moves up into 4th place. Woo! What a race here from the Mercedes. Jump up one position into Artanis. Oh, that's a beautiful camera angle. I need to see that more often. Oh, is that contact? I think it might have been. Artanis might have just touched Potsy in the back there. He's got no battery left. Potsy. He runs up through Rivage.
Oh, Mika hit the back of Ponton at Nouvelle Chicane. And he's dropped a few tenths.
Artanis is going to try and keep this gap as close as possible. Neither of them have penalties to affect. So Artanis will have to get past if he wants that second position. Oh.
6 seconds spent.
Thank you very much, Jimmy, for the bits. Much appreciated.
So Mikau tried to sneak down the inside of Ponton at Larascas and had to back out because he had no room at all on that inside. So he's starting to get a bit impatient now, getting held up by Flyboy and Pondon, but he does have a 3-second penalty, so he's going to have to get past them and clear them by about 3 seconds. And we've only got a lap and a half left.
Artanis is truly giving everything here to get past Podsy, but he's just very, very difficult at the moment. We got a Sector 3 yellow flag.
Looks like Panda's got some more wing damage.
Oh, Pacey!
And Pacey coming in as well. Again, getting another 5-second penalty. Both of them missing a fair chunk of their wings, so I don't know if they came together or if they're just separate incidents. Both of them on the soft tyre going for the fast slap. And there they go. All a lap down now.
Look at how close Artanis is here to Podsy. Every single corner, he is right on the back of that charging light. It's nuts. They're both on same tyre wear. I believe they said Podsy has slight damage on his wing.
Haven't seen anything in the chat, just people asking if he's got any. Just keep an eye on Baitmate as well. He's actually closed the gap up to the back of Mikau now to be less than a second. So this is now a 4-way battle for P5.
You have to keep an eye on both of these battles, as this is massively close, and we are on the final lap of this race. 39 of 39. And Artanis is going to have less than a lap to go. To try and make a move here. It's a bit sideways coming through. Through the tunnel. It's a bit too far away to make a move into the chicane. It's not going to happen. So desperation might start to set in.
Oh, Ponton and Flyboy just collided coming up the hill. Mikau is going through, so is Baitmate.
Oh my god, Pondon's around.
T-Max up to P4. Mikau is through on Flyboy. Baitmate is closing on the back. Flyboy has no front wing left at all. Pondon had overlap over Flyboy coming up the hill. They made contact and they both ended up in the wall, and Pondon has a lot of damage.
So FEMA takes the win of this race. Artanis tried to catch Potsy, but didn't quite do so. And now we have to take a look at what's happening here. There's collide there with Flyboy's
He's crashed in the tunnel. He's crashed in the tunnel. Flyboy is out of the race. He didn't compensate for the lack of downforce.
There was a bit of collision there between Baitman and Flyboy, but Flyboy is actually DNF'd in the tunnel on the last lap of the race. Baitmate goes up in his sixth.
Pondon has a rear left puncture. He's trying to crawl back to the finish line with a rear left puncture.
Oh my lord.
Oh no, he's spinning in front of all the AI cars. So all the AI cars on their victory lap have managed to get past Pondon while he's spinning with his punctured rear tyre.
Yeah, you can see how difficult it is for him to try and bring this back.
There he goes. He just passed where Flyboy DNF, so he will come across P7.
He can't even make the corner.
Oh, it's not often you see a rear puncture.
Yeah, look at that. It's right off the rim. Right off the rim.
And I think that's come from either the contact with Flyboy or going into the wall after that contact. Oh, that's going to break the rear wing as well. Oh.
Just trying to finish the race. Won't someone please think about the Pondon? If he gets a corner cut warning and a penalty here, that'd be the most ridiculous end to this race.
Must be in Seb's Aston Martin. Ah, there he goes
Hey!
again. Atler Ascat's got to let the AI go through on their in laps.
Actually, yeah, just walk it home. Make sure there's a leader left in the
Oh,
car.
no, the Haas has reversed into him. AI Haas reversed into him.
Oh, my Lord.
There we go, Pondon. Bring it home, mate. P7. Good effort.
Oh. What? What?
That
What
was a
race.
mental race. Absolute mental race.
Oh, my God. Look, his AI is just giving up. He's like, I'm not doing it. There we go. Driver of the day. Giving a mick out. I have no idea how to rate that. But in any case, FIBA, excellent drive. Absolutely walked away with that. Massive collisions at the start of the race to cause the standings that you see. 6 cars into... No, 7! 7, because Flyboy crashed out in the tunnel at the last lap. Oh, my. That's a crazy one.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. And all right there. So FIBA is your winner. Botsy in second and Artanis in third. A great fight from Artanis there, but just couldn't squeeze out the last overtake that was needed. T-Mac in fourth. Mikau in fifth. Look at that. 14th to 5th. That's why you got driver of the day. Baitmate in 6th. Pondon in 7th with a hilarious tyre puncture, but managed to get there. Flyboy, unfortunate with the DNF, but finished 8th. Regardless, Combined Neutral and Panda round out those point scorers. And look at this. DNF after DNF. And Wahid there finishing in 12th. What a crazy procession there. But that's not even all of it over. That's it for Tier 1. But Tier 2 is just around the corner, so don't go anywhere. That will be brought to you very, very soon. But now, I've been Kuno Zero, and this has been Gus Rules. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.
See you guys.